Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP, and updates are going to include an 8K form filed by NextBridge Hydrocarbon. So we're going to be looking at the implications of that. We're also going to be looking at a follow-up meeting agreed with Erin Arvedlund. So details of that will also be shared. We're also going to be looking at ticker symbol NLST Netlist. This is a stock that has been featured on a number of occasions. There has been some great news, victory against Samsung. So I'm going to be sharing details of that. So before we get started, let's first of all give a shout out here to Warren Davidson. And he has posted here something about Gary Gensler and his 7 failures. So let's have a quick look at this. So Gary Gensler is accused of, number 1, abusing rule proposals by averaging more than 2 new SEC rules per month, inappropriately short public comment periods, unworkable and unlawful ESG disclosure mandates, Hotel California rules for crypto, unworkable proposal for overhauling equity market structures, a de facto ban on crypto through the proposed custody rule, and failing to work with Congress. And I think what I would also like to add on to that is a failure to do anything about MMTLP. He has acknowledged that he is aware of the MMTLP situation, so he cannot plead ignorance. So if he is aware of the situation, he's aware of the incompetences from the FINRA point of view. Why has he just stood there as a bystander doing nothing? So that certainly needs to be looked at as well. So one more thing I'd like to look at is huge week for earnings coming up here, a week beginning 24th of April 2023. So we can see here many major players are going to be declaring earnings. We have Alphabet, we have Microsoft, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Verizon, Meta, Amazon, Intel, American Airlines, Exxon. So potentially a huge week in the markets. Let's start by having a look at news with regard to the 8K that was submitted to the SEC. So we can see here details of that. NextBridge Hydrocarbons Incorporated Form 8K submitted. So in terms of the 2 key items, we have item 2.01, which is confirmation of completion of the acquisition of the disposition of assets with regard to the Wilfbone merger closing. But the one I'm interested in is item 3, and that is the unregistered sale of equity securities. So this is now confirming that the company now expects to have just in excess of 221.77 million shares of common stock issued and outstanding. So in terms of what I posted about this earlier, a confirmation now that the company intends to use the additional shares to McCabe, to issue the additional shares to McCabe. Total common shares now, as stated, approximately 221.77 million. We know there were previously approximately 165 million, and the good news here is McCabe's working interest is now with with NextBridge Hydrocarbons. So overall, what this basically means is these shares are no longer available to be for the shorts, and obviously if they want any shares in terms of covering their positions, then obviously they'll have to come to the negotiating table or come to another agreement. And we also know there are other solutions as well, such as letting obviously the stock trade again, maybe under a different symbol. I don't think it will trade again under MMTLP, and it will not trade with any shares that going into AST. So again, that's not confirmed, but that is one solution that is certainly out there that has to be considered. What I'd like to do is share with you an update and confirmation of Space Chat now confirmed, and this is a follow-up Space Chat with Erin Arvedlund. If for those of you remember in part 1 where we shared the overview of our situation, and for anybody who's not aware of who Erin is a very prominent journalist in the financial sector, and she was instrumental in bringing down Bernie Madoff with one of her articles that was published in Barron's. So let's have a look at this proposed space chart. So the time is from approximately, we're expecting it from 4 p.m. Eastern time. So the space chart will open approximately 15 minutes earlier. I'm hoping she can stay for a few minutes after 5 because one of the speakers that we have is only available after 5. But let's have I'm just going to quickly share with you some of the key speakers that have been agreed. We have Syntax, we have Curtis, we have Hollywood Henry is going to provide a quick update on fair markets now. We're going to have Tony from Market Moves. Hopefully he can provide us with an update on the Freedom of Information Act summary, the share count, shorts going into private company and our key concerns. Richard Hoffman hopefully is available for a legal update. MMTLP Studios, they're still going to get back to me, but I'm hoping they can get a representative to give an update in terms of stories received so far. Alan Hensley has agreed to come on for his legal challenge and an overview of that. Due Diligence is going to hopefully talk about Release the Blue Sheets campaign. Hand of Steel is also hopefully going to add in a legal update, and he's the one that we're penciling in from 5 p.m. Eastern time. I did ask Pro Street to attend, but I think he is probably going to find it difficult to attend. There may be some small amendments to this, but pretty much this is now in place. So hopefully you can join us in this space chat. It will be approximately maybe an hour or just over an hour, Thursday, 3:45 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. Eastern time. Finally, I'd like to finish off by sharing with you some tremendous news for Netlist. So we have here a verdict form issued by the court, and this is the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Texas, Marshall Divisions. We can see here on the left-hand side, plaintiff Netlist versus Samsung Electronics. So we do have a verdict, so let's have a look at that. So basically overall you should refer and consider the final jury instructions as you answer the questions in the verdict form. So I am able to confirm that this was a success for Netlist, and Netlist has a great history of winning all its cases. One of the key problems with Netlist is that obviously cases have been taking a long time, especially with regard to delaying tactics and appeals and changes in courts. But let's have a look at delving a little bit into some of the key questions in this verdict. So question 3A, did Netlist provide a preponderance of evidence that Samsung willfully infringed any of the asserted claims for the 339 patent that you were found were infringed? So the answer from the court's point of view is yes. Question 3B, did Netlist prove any preponderance of the evidence of Samsung willfully infringing any of the asserted claims 918 054 patents that you were found that were infringed? So again, answer to that yes. And question number 3C, again another success. Did Netlist prove any preponderance of the evidence that Samsung willfully infringed any of the asserted claims of the 060 and 160 patents that you were found to have infringed? Also answer yes. So a great outcome here. Let's look at the final page of the jury verdict form. So it states you have now reached the end of the verdict form. You should review it and ensure that it accurately reflects your unanimous determination. So great response here from the jury, and we can see here this is dated 21st of April 2023. So what does this basically mean? So we've get a quick headline from Reuters. Breaking news, Samsung has been hit with a £303 million jury verdict in computer memory patent lawsuit. So there is going to be more obviously announcements to come. This is not over. There is going to be more. We may be looking at potential triple damages, so stay tuned for more developments on that. But one of the posts I shared as soon as this news came through, if you look at the left hand side, the instant impact on the share price going from just below $3.30 straight up to in excess of $4 at close. And I'm hoping that this is also going to be a stock that it shows tremendous movement and momentum. Close of play on close of play from Friday, continuing into Monday. So again, Netlist, great news here. But obviously Samsung victory is great, but we're also still expecting news on Google, and that will be the real catalyst. Finally, if you'd like to get a copy of our weekly watch list, which is shared prior to trading on the Monday, and this is available exclusive to the Discord members, details are available in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.